Halloween time, and I wanted to read to you one of my favorite stories. But I gotta let you know, I've been learning about a lot of new languages. Not that it was that Rosetta Stone. I am from California. Well, I've been in California for a few years. And let me tell you, the best way to learn a new language is in a bus station. The Greyhound. In California. Down in LA. Better than a Chinese crack house. Anywho, the story we're going to be reading today is Jorge or Georgie or whatever you want, but I'm going with the French version of it where E's and G's are silent. So it's called Orgy's Halloween. Get that? Orgy's Halloween. Let's go ahead and read it now. Ooh. Wherever there were children, there is Halloween. With pumpkins and funny faces, with tricks and with treats. But in the little village where Mr. and Mrs. would take her lived, there was always something extra besides. And that was Orgy, the little ghost who lived in the Whittaker attic. Every Halloween, while the children went trick-or-treating, blowing horns, banging dishpans, making all loud noises. Son of a bitch, sounds like my kids. Orgy went a-hunting with his friends, Herman the cat and Miss Oliver the owl. But while the children rang doorbells and shouted boldly for treats, Orgy stayed hidden, and maybe you saw him, just maybe. And maybe you didn't. And that was just as it should be, 'cause Orgy was a gentle little ghost, and he is shy. Now everything would have gone on just as usual year after year, except that one Halloween was different. That was the time they had a notion to give a big party for all the children on the village green. And Mr. Whittaker himself was chosen to present the prize for the best Halloween costume. That Halloween, everybody dressed up special, quote. Herman did, Miss Oliver did, Mr. and Mrs. Whittaker did, and rode up to the green in style. See, in style. I don't know if you can see that. Next thing. Everybody dressed up special except Orgy, because Orgy didn't have to. He was so especially perfect for Halloween, just as he was. It just didn't seem proper that Orgy shouldn't go to the party and win a prize. Oh, the mice in the attic thought he should. Herman thought so. Miss Oliver did, and they called to Orgy. The pumpkin in the parlor window grinned at Orgy. The Halloween moon in the sky smiled at Orgy. But while Orgy went to the party on the green and saw the apple bobbing and pinning on the tail on the donkey, he stayed hidden. Hidden. And maybe you saw him, just maybe. And maybe you didn't. And when it was time for the prize contest to begin, and the children crowded around the bandstand, Orgy wasn't anywhere near enough. Just the same, he was curious, and it did seem like such fun. Besides, Herman and Miss Oliver urged him on. And so, presently, he did come nearer. And a little nearer. Until he was right behind a corn stalk that decorated the bandstand, where he had the best of the views. That seemed plenty good enough for Orgy, except that Herman kept mewing at him, "Meow, meow," and Miss Oliver kept woo-wooing at him, "Cuckoo, cuckoo," urging him to be brave. And so Orgy screwed up every bit of courage he had. Why does that sound familiar? Now, Mr. Whittaker did not see him even then. He was so busy looking the wrong way. But the children saw him and recognized their favorite little ghost. And so they all shouted together, "It's Orgy! It's Orgy!" If only they had not shouted quite so loud. Little bastards. If only Mr. Whittaker had looked around a little quicker. Because he could have sworn that somebody had tugged at his coattail. But Orgy was gone in a second. Orgy was running home lickety-split to tell the mice in the attic about all the way he could still hear the children cheering him on. Oh, now the mice understood why Orgy ran lickety-split back to the attic, because they were shy themselves. They had a special surprise for Orgy. And maybe it was the best kind of prize for Halloween, because it had come right out of the very old creaky and squeaky bureau drawer. And then Orgy was so happy and pleased, he might well have forgotten everything else. But even tonight, as soon as Mr. and Mrs. Whittaker were home again, Orgy did not forget to creak the stairs, just as usual. Or to squeak the parlor door, just as usual. And Herman did not forget to prowl after his favorite mouse, and Miss Oliver did not forget to sing her elf song, just as she always did in the tree. Coo, coo. As for Mr. and Mrs. Whittaker, they were so puzzled and betwizzled by what had happened on the green that while they went to bed, as they should, they forgot to blow out the pumpkin in the parlor window. But Orgy took care of that, thank goodness. Orgy's Halloween. It's nice. Jolean Thorton here saying, Happy Halloweeners to all you Joleaners. Bye for now.